Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Whoever's here. I can't see because I don't have any glasses on at the moment. I walked into my office and I'm just like, I don't have any glasses. Anyway, so I'm gonna go get some glasses real quick. Good morning, good morning. But there's so much to talk about. I was like, we got to get started early because I need to do some stuff today and we're going to be here all day. So let's go ahead and get started early and talk about what needs to be talked about. So, anyway, the lives were, well, the premieres last night on Phone Calls from Prison were so good because it really did fill in some blanks about what happened in the last 2 weeks as everybody outside of the people that really should know clearly did not know what was going on with this case because it's like how how did y'all not know what was going on? That was crazy to me. I don't know. And Sonia's totally checked out, but we're going to talk about her later. But let's go ahead and get into Dre and figure out like what in the nobody like I don't get it. Sonia pretends like she knows everything about what's going on with this case. And yesterday on the calls with Sonia, she knew absolutely nothing. So either she's run out of things that she thinks are cute to say to make her seem knowledgeable about the case because she knows nothing. And every time she runs that line about I was reading some transcripts, it's like, sis, stop lying. Just stop lying. Cause I mean, it's not even cute at this point. It's just, it's so far away from cute. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, guys, let me go run, get some glasses real quick. And we're gonna get this thing started. Good morning to everyone. You guys say good morning to each other. Miss HLS, Dem folks, Michelle D. Thank you so much for coming in first. Good morning, good morning, good morning, paging Dr. Lori, paging Dr. Lori. We have a doctor in the house. Any of you guys whose heart might be weak from last night, Dr. Lori is in the house. I don't know if Dr. Lori is that type of doctor, but hey, it sounds good. Okay. So good morning, good morning, good morning. We are on that early, early, early. Rosie, good morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you, sis. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You are a sweetheart. And I appreciate you very much. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to the urban gardener. I may as well just say hi to everyone. Good morning, India. Good morning, India. Good morning, Boo Boo. How are you, sis? Good morning to Mars. Good morning to, I'm doing very good for no glasses. Micheline, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Sonia knows nothing. She knows everything, yet nothing, right? Um, let's see, Danny, IRL. I love this for us, right? Jay Blake, good morning. Arlene, Tommy Bush, good morning, good morning. Guys, I'm struggling. Um, and I've not increased the size on my monitor. So Sean, is it wait, hold on. Sham. Sham, good morning. Tennessee, Hennessy, good morning, good morning, good morning. Venice, good morning. D West, good morning. Lani, good morning. Um, is it Sayo? Oh yeah, let me go over here. There's a reason why I'm not. Okay, here we go. This is where I left off. CYO. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There's a reason why I wasn't clicking. StreamYard for some reason won't go to dark mode. And when I have no glasses on, the light screen bothers my eyes. See you who. Okay. See you who. See you who. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Lynn, good morning. 504, good morning, sis. I know it's early where you are. Real good morning. Let's see. Okay, guys, let me run this intro. Let me go get my glasses and I'll be back. Okay.
get dogged on all the way around. Nasty Nesto. What the fuck? I'm telling folks, man, I ain't did nothing with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty
You know
Nesto.
what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back. Remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Yeah, you say what? And I said they call you Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So
Yeah.
they don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407 at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
No.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto. I ain't do.
You know what?
Y'all, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Take a minute, hit the like button for me. It's early and YouTube is not yet sending me out to everyone and anyone yet. All of the subscribers, everybody who may want to be here. So I appreciate you guys hitting on that like button. It is a free way to support the channel. So I appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. Okay, let's get into it. That way, we can keep moving because God only knows what phone calls from prison has in store for us today. So, also, there's just so many things to talk about. Just to be quite honest, there's a couple of things I really want to get to that are outside of Nesto and Dre over here. And I just push them back because it's like, I enjoy the juicy myself. So, this is, you know, this kind of takes priority simply because this is just so much fun. You know what I mean? So, anyway, they dropped Dre's call first. I'm almost tempted to do Sonia's first. I don't know why I don't know, maybe Dre's was ready earlier. But it seems like Dre's call was on, let me fix this too cuz I put 311, but it appears that the calls with Dre were on the 14th. So let me do that too. Let me update this. So all of these calls were 314. Y'all, I was dying. Okay, let me see. So then he called him right back. Okay, let me fix the dates on this before we get into it because just to alleviate any potential confusion, let me fix this cuz I wasn't looking when I set this up with the actual. Let me fix this. Girl. Okay. All right, so that should fix in a second. Um, okay, it fixed on YouTube. Hopefully it fixes on Facebook. Facebook, just know if it's not fixed on Facebook, the actual date of this call is 314, or these two calls rather. So okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. Because let's see. The exposure of those who harm and hurt the vulnerable is necessary. Thank you for encouraging young and older ladies to stay vigilant. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I think some people don't even see themselves as potentially vulnerable, but that being said, there are people out here who are scheming and scamming, and make a living out of scheming and scamming on women. And it's probably one of the most deplorable types of people out here, some of these men and women, but scammers in general, period. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. But it's absolutely nuts. Yeah. So it's just a good reminder and a good refresh. Um, just to have these type of conversations that we had yesterday. But Dre and Nesto were with the shenanigans yesterday. So this call takes place, which Shay is gonna cue it up in the intro. But basically, these calls take place on March 14th, which is a couple of days after so this is actually the day before he actually gets rearrested. Okay. So court happened on Monday, which I shared that again on my community post. So if you're not familiar, go ahead and check it out because court happened Monday. Um, I don't know how Hannah did not know because she's at the courthouse. I would imagine she's got a paralegal. Maybe it's too time consuming to check on everything. I don't know. But Nesto had an $800,000 bond on this particular case. It was reduced by Judge Manning to and gave him a $25,000 reduction over a period of time. And the fact that he still wasn't factoring that in before the quote unquote dismissal was ridiculous. But we've been talking about a $1 million bond for a long time. When he finally got the bond on the SA charges, it was totaling over $1 million. When he got alleged, when the alleged CP was dismissed or null pros, um, prior to that, it was still over $1 million. So I don't know how Sonia acts like she just doesn't know anything. It's weird to me. But I think that what was painfully obvious yesterday in listening to the Sonia calls is how number one, at least that week, how checked out she was regarding anything that has to do with him. She's giving, I'm done. Maybe, or she's giving, I'm tired, or I'm out of my ADD medication. I don't know which one it is, but sis appeared to be very much checked out and not into what is going on with him. Good morning, Octavia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dion. Good morning. Tori, good morning, Marky Mom, good morning, Collector of Dolls, good morning, I am unique. Those public defenders are way overworked, unfortunately, and the shortage of attorneys right now in Atlanta who actually want to work. Yeah, so I'm sure it's difficult all the way around. And I mean, that's a kind of a problem everywhere. So I get it, but it's like, my God. Um, Girl, celebrity bond, right? Okay, let's get into it. And then we'll talk about it along the way. I approve this message. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's early, but I said, I was actually gonna like 30 minutes ago, but I was just like, let me wake up some more. But my husband just left, got his lunch together, got him out the door. So he's been gone for a minute. And I was sitting there chilling. I was like, you know what? Let's do the Dre live early. Let me go to Love Lies and Lace Fronts, and then we'll do Sonya at lunchtime. Because I need to have at least some of the day. Farrah and I need to go do some things later. So let's get into it.
You will hear them talk about Nesto's call with Dion and his court appearance on March 11th. Take a listen.
How you doing today, sir?
Just working, Ernest. What's going on?
Oh, good, 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 good. I just called to chit chat for a minute. That's it. A couple questions I just want to ask. I know you're gonna tell me straight up. You're not gonna cut no corners with me. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I want to know is that your friend of 30 plus years just went to court on Monday. It appears that you have not talked to him since you talked to him on Monday, which we did that reaction yesterday or whatever day it was in this week, right? What is it, Ernest? What's going on? Why are you acting like you don't know what's going on? Damn, I was about to say damn Lambo. Why are you acting like you don't know what's going on, Andrea? What is going on? Like, Isn't that your partner of 30 some years, your bestie? What's going on? What's going on is this bond. What's going on is this $1 million bond. That's what's going on. Why is everyone pretending like they don't know what's going on? Is it just everybody is broke? Is that what it is? Everyone's trying to pretend like I would be mad at all these people who swore they weren't playing in my face, playing in my face. Just say you don't have the money. Just say I'm not doing it. Nesto, I love you and all that stuff, but I can't separate my mutual fund, my Roth, my business account money. I need to have $50,000 on hand in case my truck breaks down. I don't like whatever the case might be, just be straight up and honest. Why are all Sonia with her no credit having, no collateral, no damn savings account, no common damn sense ass? Why not just say I don't have it? Rather than play in this man's face, play on these phones and play like y'all got it. And y'all are playing in this man's face like you don't know that he's been sitting somewhere for 2 years. Or just say, I don't believe you. I'm not doing it. I don't have it. I'm not paying it. I don't want to. I'm not getting that involved. I don't mind sending you underwear and soup, but I'm not paying your bond. I don't have, I'm not going to risk my future. I just know. How about, and just know for one, okay. Okay.
So, did you see you have Monday? I'm gonna go here.
Yes. I watched.
Yes. Yes. Can we just talk? We're going to talk about it later, but can we just talk about how when Sonia did the interview with Sylvia and she said Sylvia called her screaming when Nesto's case, one of the cases got dismissed, and she said she was sleeping, right? Let's just chew on this too till we talk about it more in depth. I think on the February 5th, she called and was screaming and saying, it got dismissed, right? Here we go again. Another hearing. I don't even know what Sonya was doing, but that's supposed to be your ninja. And other people got to call you and tell you what's going on with your man. We talked about this before, I believe, right? When she did that little back with Sylvia again, and she said Sylvia woke her up, she was taking a damn nap. And this man's supposed to be bonding out at your house. Wouldn't you think that you would want to be up and knowing, like, is sir coming soon? Like, what's going on? Let me go get my comforters. Let me get everything ready because Boo Boo's coming to the house. Girls, stop it. Okay. But yeah, Nesto asked Andre, did you see what happened on Monday? And Dre gives a very, yeah. Okay. Good morning, Nene. Hey, boo. Um, Girl, I think we're gonna talk about her. I don't know. I feel it's a whole mess, but we're gonna get into that.
Heard about it and quite understand it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you see, they dismissed the charge, but never put the paperwork. Do you understand that part?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. Say that again now.
I say, you see, they dismissed the charge, but they never put the paperwork in.
Right.
Okay, you understand that part?
Yes.
Do you understand that part, Nesto? Do you understand that part? We understand that part. We've been talking about that since it happened.
Okay. So, what you think going on with my life, sir? Let's talk
It's
to you.
fucked. Nesto, you need another grown man to tell you that you're fucked. You've already said it. Why do you need buy-in and confirmation from every other person to tell you just how fucked you are? Sir, you're fucked. You have painted yourself into a corner. And the fact that people keep saying little stuff like, well, maybe he pissed someone off. I don't know who you pissed off. You pissed off. And it may not be Steve Harvey. It may not be Steve Harvey. Okay. But damn it, you done pissed off somebody. And your wife has a very, very prominent circle. And maybe there is someone who does not appreciate you playing with Miss Strawberry. Okay. You don't know who it is. Maybe iHeartRadio doesn't like you playing with Miss Strawberry and their money. Steve Harvey has their like number 3, 4, 5 show. Steve Harvey has several shows going simultaneously on iHeartRadio. Not that Shirley Strawberry has something to do with each and every one of them, but the Steve Harvey show makes a lot of money for iHeartRadio up under Ryan Seacrest. Okay. Ryan Seacrest is number one. Steve Harvey is like either number two, number three. Okay. People don't like you messing with their money and their talent. And if it affects the show, it affects their money. So we don't know who is responsible. It might just be the fact that you were out here on some fuckery in Atlanta, but you were out here on some fuckery. These people know you. These situations seem to be familiar, and you're sitting up in jail. But he wants to blame everybody. It's weird.
Your nephew, he didn't sound, yeah.
Which I don't understand the question. You say, well, I think going on with your life because of that charge?
Just period.
I don't know, Ernest. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what you're asking.
I guess what I'm saying is that, it seems like it's all.
He wants to have a pity party at this moment. He's asking Dre, what's going on with my life? And Dre is like, I don't get the question. Like, seriously, sir, you should know. But I think Nesto at this moment is wanting to have a little bit of a pity party.
Over the place. It seems like this jail stuff is all over the place. That's what I'm saying.
You're talking about your charges.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not making this up. Putting charges on me, taking charges off. Putting charges on me, taking charges off. Moving stuff around. Stuff ain't
right.
Good. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making it up. It seems like it sounds like a fairy tale, but I'm not making none of this up.
This is my thing. Nesto has so many cases that are all running at the same time. I think that what's going on, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, I think these are things that happen, but most people aren't sitting there with like damn 9 cases. He did get 2 null prost already, but most people are not sitting with 9 cases with multiple charges within each case. That's number 1, right? Number 2, I guess go back to number 1. I mean, he's got a lot going on, and I don't know that it's anything that's out of the ordinary, but most people don't have as much going on as he does. They may have 1 case and 20 damn charges within it, but he's got several cases all at the same time. So he's mad or thinks something is up because they're managing and maintaining and handling business. And he thinks there's something weird about that. How about not get involved in the system? How about not piss all these people off to where everybody's running down to the jail to file papers on you? I mean, it's just strange to me that he thinks that this is something personal. It might seem excessive, but you also have to think this man had 9 different cases. 9. Two were eliminated in the last few months, right? So he's got 7 open cases and in excess of everything totaled over $1 million in bond. He doesn't have a celebrity bond. He has a shitload of cases.
She was making it up.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Saying like, okay, so here it is. Saying that I'm just losing it. I'm just losing it. I just think
I'm just
myself.
losing it.
And I said, okay, well.
Okay, this wants to lag this morning.
If that's the case, okay, that's what I can say.
Just 1 second, guys.
Yes, that's what I can say. Do you remember when you said, because it makes sense to me if I say it this way. You say, when you talk, okay, I remember we went to that time we went to that damn storage room, and then you said, I got to go ahead and check something for somebody. Then you broke it down to me. Okay, so that resonates with me, it stuck with me. Then when it was time for you to get that receipt back, it didn't come back 100-fold like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So when I go to trying to say something, then I go to make a statement like, but I don't feel nobody there for me. Then people run off with that. They run off with it. Okay. So then they say, oh, it's your fault. It's my fault. So it's supposed to be my fault. I'm locked up for something I ain't do. Or, well, you ain't got yourself set up right. You should have had yourself set up right. That don't make no sense. Okay. You see where I'm going now? You see where I'm going?
No.
I do. He count me. I count with him.
Yeah. See, I ain't understand. I can't talk like I really want to talk.
Right.
Yeah, I can't talk like I really want to talk. And everybody know. I don't care about everybody else. I'm gonna say, you know how I feel.
This is my thing. On top of Sonia and Dre is very messy, Andrea, because they have put Nesto in a position to where he is now paranoid about the YouTube streets. He doesn't even have any firsthand knowledge about what's going on YouTube or social media. He knew that when it hit the news because he told that to Shirley, right? But as far as me or anyone else who does anything on YouTube, they talk to him so much about it that he is troubled about it more than or just as much as the people who actually sit and get to watch it firsthand. How is it that he is so troubled about the YouTube streets, but he hadn't even seen anything on the YouTube streets yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy to me. What are you talking about? But Dre and Sonia run him that business so much that he is worried about something he really only heard about. He hasn't even seen it. He's only heard about what's going on online. We've only been on for a few minutes. We just got started. We're just 4 minutes into this video. But we actually started 30 minutes ago, sis. But what time is it? Yeah, you're good.
Good about my kids. You was there.
Right.
Making them goddamn cardboard goddamn notes and
Right.
drawings and stuff.
Right.
You was there.
Right.
These folks don't know nothing about all that.
Right.
So anytime you talk about my folks like that, I get touched. So when they say, "Oh, you sitting out here whining," hold up, you don't understand it because you ain't no daddy. You understand what I'm saying? You're not fighting against all the other obstacles that they say that you couldn't do. They hated on you from the day one. Are you going back? You know how that shit go. But when you beat all that, folks hate you more. So what I'm saying is that, so when I called the other day and I'm trying to, make some arrangements, I feel like I was getting put off. Because he shouldn't have told me. You got what I'm saying now?
It's like he literally was talking about Dion. I think he rolled over to Sonia. You guys tell me like the last minute. I don't want to play with it too much because it seems like it's lagging this morning. But it was like he was talking about Dion. Then I think he rolled into Sonia because Dion has nothing to do with his. I was calling yesterday morning and I was trying to make arrangements and I felt like I was getting put off. Sonia might have cold feet. Sonia may have thought, and obviously prior to the hearing, that oh shit, he's actually really getting out. I don't do relationships. I like to play out here. I just like to play. I like to run around, meet someone on the internet, get fucked. You know what I mean? Like just do whatever, however, live single, play around out here. I like to be unencumbered. And if that's her business, that's her business. You know what I'm saying? But this is when it started to get serious because Sir appeared to be getting out, right? And then now it's I'm mad about being used, but the YouTube streets has been telling you that he was using you for months and months and months. So now you finally heard it for yourself, but the YouTube streets has been saying it all along. Sis, you're stupid. Sis, you're slow. Sis, he's using you. Damn, he's dumb. Like, how many different ways did the girls out here need to tell you? So what you already knew. Then you hear it for yourself, and now this is the reason, but it wasn't the reason because at the end of the day, behind the scenes, you were still with that ninja. You just didn't want people to know how thirsty you really, really were because you wanted to pretend like you were getting ready to make a power move. But at the end of the day, you were just wanting to be in secret. Okay. So here's Nesto talking about he was talking to his son, and his son, he feels like put him down because at first it was a pep talk when Dion talked to you, but now it's almost sounding like he feels like Dion was putting him down in a way for not having done what he should have been done and not handling things the right way all of this time, or also being a hypocrite, whatever the case might be. And then he rolls into Sonia throwing him to the shade, kind of throwing him to the left. But I'm just going to run it back 1 minute just to hear
Like
it
I
again.
really want to talk.
Right.
Yeah, can you talk like I really want to talk? And everybody know it. I don't care about everybody else. I'm gonna say, you know how I feel about my kids. You were there.
Right.
I'm making them goddamn cardboard goddamn notes and
Right.
drawing
Right.
and stuff to the.
Right.
You was there.
Right.
These folks don't know
Right.
nothing about all that.
Right.
So anytime you talk about my folks like that, I get touched. So when they say, "Oh, you sitting out here whining," hold up. You don't understand it because you ain't no daddy. You understand what I'm saying? You're not fighting against all the other obstacles that they say that you
Right then, folks. That was a lie.
right from the day one. Are you going back? You going back? You know how that shit go. But when you beat all that, folks hate you more. So what I'm saying is that so when I called the other day and I'm trying to make some arrangements, I feel like I was getting put off because he shouldn't have told me. You got what I'm saying now?
I'm listening. I'm not going to come between you and his.
No. I don't.
I'm just listening. And when he called me, I did the same exact thing. Just listen.
Okay, which one was this? The big one or the little one?
As soon as he got off the phone with it, he called me.
Okay.
Okay, so he wasn't talking about, so he's just talking about Dion. He said when I called him the other day trying to make some arrangements. What arrangements? Dion barely has $10 to send you. If he has money, he's not sending it to you. So I don't know what kind of arrangements. I don't see. Nesto doesn't seem to understand, like, everybody in his camp is listening to what everybody else is saying. That's number one. He doesn't seem to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, they sounded kind of frustrated too. And, and I was just listening, and I think that's when y'all went back and forth. I said, on the line so they can hear you. Like, yes, right? I'm like, shit. I was like, okay. Well, you already know it's going to be all over YouTube. So I just listening.
Dre is
Well,
so
I
worried.
read
Andrea
that
is so
part
worried about
already.
YouTube.
Is that the same person that you're talking about?
Dad and somebody else. Dad somebody else. I'm not worrying about that.
Okay, I know the other person talking about too.
Yeah. I'm not worrying about that part. Little one's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said little one gonna be fine. Little one. Is little one? Little one has got to be Sonia. The big one or the little one? The little one is little one Sonia, right?
Yeah, I hadn't heard nothing else tomorrow. I hadn't heard nothing else from her.
You ain't.
And you ain't. Yeah, because she don't like you, Andrea.
That's the same thing I'm talking about. What I was talking about back in the day when you were going through what you're going through. They say certain things.
Right.
He sure did. He
like
did,
that
Sydney.
right, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shouldn't have said all that. But it's fine. Yeah, the little one's gonna be all right.
Okay.
they just win right now. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll be all right. I hear it, but I don't hear it. It ain't not gonna be the first time. Ain't gonna be the last time. They'll be all right. Yeah. Because I always win at the end. Because they don't understand. They don't understand at that moment. You got me now?
I'm not telling this chick to do nothing else. But she's a bum. You know what I mean? Bum chicks hang out with bum ninjas. And okay. So he said little one gonna be all right because I always win at the end. Okay. All right. Well, he's not going anywhere anyway, so it almost doesn't really matter. But sis, girl, he said he always wins anyway. Okay, well, cool. Cool. That's funny. Sonia is so slow. He said he always wins in the end. All right, I hear it, but I don't hear it. You know it. Okay. CC's like, my God, I can't keep up. Okay, let's let this reset. Okay, Danny. Thank you, Danny. If Dre was a real friend, he tried to offer Nesto some clarity to what Dion was talking about since he talked to him. These people are trash. Yeah, it's like, why can't you just say, look, your son is very disappointed, and maybe he's even hurt at the fact that you have put some side piece, some side hoe bitch, according to your son, over and above your blood. And not only are you behaving in a way I'm just not used to and don't recognize, it's kind of like weird to me what you're doing. So this is something I just don't recognize in you, Daddy. Daddy, I don't recognize this part of you. And it's weird to me. And on top of the fact, I don't like her. I don't like her, and I don't appreciate her and the relationship that y'all have because I feel like you're playing me to the left, and that's not family. She's not family. And you sat up there and called me soft to this side hoe bitch. Okay?
But it's fine. Yeah, the little one's gonna be all right.
Okay.
they just win right now. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll be all right. I hear it, but I don't hear it. It ain't not gonna be the first time. Ain't gonna be the last time. They'll be all right. Yeah. Because I always win at the end. Because they don't understand. They don't understand at that moment. You got me now?
Yes. I'm listening.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. Just listen.
It just listen. So either he's talking to us, he wants YouTube to hear what he's saying. So he's talking to the world. He's not really talking to you, Andre. So okay. Right.
Yeah.
All I can do is just, because I don't.
Let me fix this. All right, that's better.
I want to get caught up in the middle. Well, I'm already in the middle, but I don't want to get
I'm sorry, guys.
caught up. But I hear you.
Yeah,
I
that's all.
understand.
All right, I might have to. All right, let me see before I get too far behind over here, and then we fix that. I think he was calling to talk about his release and what that looked like, period, and did not get a chance. Are you talking about with Dion? So the call with Dion happened. Okay, so the call with Dion happened the day after court because that happened on March 12th and this was March 14th. So he said he was calling, he was trying to make some arrangements. I guess we would need to listen to how the call opened up again. But when he said, so when he called Dion, if I remember correctly, he was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? What's going on in the world? What's going on? Because my life is fucked right now." And he's like, "Dead." And then Dion just went in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Nesta was trying to do, but I think he was calling to talk to his about his release. Um, well, he may have been calling to talk about his release, but keep in mind it was the day after he found out that the CP charges had not been completely dismissed. So I think he was also calling to bitch, moan, and complain. That's just what I think. Um, but I also think he's been on like this pity party type thing, and it's a problem. All Dre does is talk about YouTube. He's getting on my damn. He's like one of the mommies. He's like anyone on YouTube who's mad because the YouTube streets is talking about them, him and Sonia. They cannot get YouTube out their head and they have infected Nesto with that virus and now he's concerned about that's the worst part. Like any reality show, it's always like the first and second season are typically the best because they're just not so aware of what's going on with the comment section and everything else. And once they get a little bit of money or also get away, they're aware of how to control the narrative around them, it taints the story because we don't get the real anymore. Just think of any reality show you've ever watched. It's always the most train wreck the first and second season. After they've stayed for a little while, it just, you know what I mean? They're very much in control of what they're doing and saying, and it just taints the product, right? This is what's happening here. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to say anything. They're talking in code. Their YouTube is living in their head, and everything that they're saying is revolving around what they need to say the right way because the wrong people are listening and they are very much concerned about, they're concerned about everything, their image, their whatever. Girl daddy gone. Okay, period. Um a decent dad wouldn't film his kids breakdown. A decent dad, okay, and want to use it for leverage, okay? And what Miss Bougie Down is talking about is I guess when he stated that one of his daughters was having like a fit or having some sort of meltdown and he wants to use that as part of his evidence to fight his case and some nonsense. Hey, Blue Sapphire. Hey, Boo Boo. Okay, the little one is Dion. The big one is Lamont. I feel like he said the little one's gonna be okay. Okay, well, you know what? Look, that very well could be true. The little one is Dion, the big one could be Lamont. I don't even know why Lamont would factor in at this moment. The big one, he said he spoke with. I don't know, because he referenced speaking to one right after. That obviously is Dion. And he said the other one he won't speak with, but he will speak with Lamont. He's spoken with Lamont. He's called Lamont. He tries to reach out to Lamont. Lamont was supposed to come through with the bail, right? So I don't know. I mean, look, it could be anything at this point, but I don't know that he won't, you know what I mean? Like, I hear you, but I don't know. I think in this case, he's talking about Dion and Sonia because he does speak with Lamont, even though maybe him and Lamont don't have the best relationship. He calls Lamont. He spoke with Lamont, um, trying to help Nesto get his messages back and forth. So I don't know. Um, but it's okay. Either way, it's, we know roundabout who it is. Um, Dion is the little one, Lamont is the other one. Okay, let's keep going.
The frustration, I don't know what's going on with the first thing that you mentioned when when you called. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
Yeah.
And why they hadn't done it.
Yeah.
I mean, but she made it obvious about what she was going to do. She said what they're going to do. She said that. She told them that what they're going to do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. All that's fine. All that's all that's fine. All that's fine. Yeah, all that's fine. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't sit here. I can't sit here and cry over spoiled milk. That's it.
So have you tried to reach back out to the other people?
Yeah, several times.
Did you get a did you get an answer?
No, no, I didn't get an answer. No, sir. That's what I'm trying to tell you about that warehouse. Not the warehouse, but that stir room. That's a stir I want to tell you.
You said a storage. I mean, you don't have a lot. What's the storage?
I mean, you did it for somebody else. You did stir room for somebody else.
Yeah. I know the person you're talking about. I know that, but when you said you and I, we met at the stairs and had a talk.
Yeah, that was the talk. You had to show me what you make sure the other people were straight until they got this
right.
That's exactly.
Yeah, and I did all of that.
And you did all that. That's exactly what I'm trying to say right now. That's all.
And still got shitted on.
That's what that's how I feel. I say your boy feel. Okay.
Yeah, they got shitted on. Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's how your boy feel right now. So when I make a statement that a little one talking about this and that, this ain't got nothing to say. I ain't saying you doing it. I'm just saying I know your capability, what you can, what you can't do. I know that part. Everybody should know what people's capabilities are if you're dealing with, correct? And they might trick you and goddamn do something out of the norm that you thought they couldn't do. I know that too. So that's basically what I'm hot about. I'm hot about that part. I'm not hot about the little one. They'll be all right. That basically, I just want to get that off my chest.
Okay, so he's mad. Look, these people are ridiculous. This is what I gotta say. Dion, I don't think Dion has any coin. If Dion has coin, he's not doing anything with it. I don't know what coin Dion has and doesn't have, but this is the deal. He's not putting up any money for his father. Clearly, okay? Lamont is on some bullshit, okay? And Dre is conveniently not saying shit about nothing, okay? All right? The little one, the big one, the dumb one, the slow one, and the I'm just listening one. Okay. Ain't nobody putting up no money for you, Nesto. And $1.1 million, sir, you can forget about it. You can forget about it. Okay. All the shit. The one person who possibly could have helped you is done with you. Sis hadn't even checked in. You have pissed off the wrong people and you have done way too much. Ain't nobody coming for you. They're not coming to see about you. They're not coming to check about you. They don't want to talk to you. Guys, I did add a secretary. Secretary, I fixed it. And this is the secretary emoji up close and personal. I did not add the new Bawn, but look at the Bawn. The Bawn emoji is hilarious, okay? Hey chat, what's poppin'? Hey Max, good morning. Okay. So yes, the little one and the big one. Okay. Lamont and Dion. I thought the little one would be Sonia because who else would be the little one? But I guess the little one is Dion. You guys had it. So let's keep going. It's just ridiculous. They are so ridiculous. But I wish somebody would just tell him straight up and down, um, we're not coming and you're not going. Okay. Can someone just tell him? Can someone please tell him we're not coming and you're
But me, I get dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. What the fuck? I'm telling folks, man, I ain't dead, man, with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Miss Sullivan?
They call me
What's your name, Miss Sullivan?
They call me Nasty
You know
Nesto.
what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that,
okay. Yes, talking in code, talking around issues, so much the conversation. It doesn't make sense. It's hard to really kind of decipher. And I don't know that Dre, like they barely understand what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? Nesto knows what he's trying to say, but I don't know that Dre knows exactly everything that he's talking about. He knows he's talking about Dion at some point. Dre exposed the code by talking. Dre exposed the code talk by saying she. Okay. That's what made me think Sonia. Is that what you're talking about? Trusting my destiny? It, I don't know. Okay. All right. He did say she. So Laverte has not, him and Laverte don't talk like that. Laverte is busy with those three kids, going to school, doing all the things. I don't think Laverte is as involved as some of you guys might think that she is. Laverte has talked to her father. Maybe there's 3 calls that I have posted on my channel. I don't know that phone calls from prison has ever really put up. Well, they did put up that call where Sonia called Laverte on the 3-way. Well, not the 3-way. I don't know, girl. If I say 3-way, but it was she used a second phone. She called Laverte some type of way and got her on the phone with her daddy. Um, Laverte is not. I don't think Laverte is involved like that. Um, I just don't. But that's just, girl, we're doing all this together, right? Other people equal Shirley I don't believe is involved at all. This is beyond ratchet and ghetto. And this is also something that has seeped into her job when she decided to make this a strawberry letter. Do you know how many people have called for Shirley to lose her job? Shirley has to stay away from these clowns as much as possible.
well, yeah, well, go ahead, get it off. Okay. So, hold on one second. I'm back to my
No, so remember, okay. There was a point where they're not talking about Shirley's storage unit. He said, "Remember you took me to a storage unit?" So when I don't know who the man was that was messing with his wife, but when Nesto came and got him out the woods and they went to a storage unit to go get something, just go back to that. I don't recall the whole entire story, but they talked once about when Dre got when Nesto went and had to go get Dre out the woods, and Dre had to go to some storage unit. And I guess he had a bunch of stuff in a storage for somebody who was away or whatever. I don't know if he had money locked up in high, what was in this storage unit, but apparently there was some shit in the storage unit. Maybe it was a gun. I don't know, because remember Dre got himself into some legal trouble behind after going to that storage unit. They went to go talk to somebody. And then he got shitted on. So I don't know. This is my assumption. I don't know if Dre looked out for someone who helped himself to his wife or girlfriend, but there was obviously some sort of shenanigans that happened with Dre that he was fucked up over and was out there outside people's houses, calling the police, getting himself into trouble, some sort of gun involved, some mess, and some of this took place at a storage unit. Okay. They're not talking about Shirley and Nesto's marital storage where they put everything after they'd gotten evicted for the 11th time. I don't think that that's what they were talking about. As far as the storage is concerned, there's a story about, just go back to whatever that video was where Nesto went and got Andrea out the woods. That was, they were talking about some sort of storage that Andre had, not the storage where, you know, Nesto and Shirley has their refrigerator and damn living room set and all that other mess. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
So, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that.
I was saying.
I think what Nesto on top of all of that is referring to is looking out for a friend, looking out for a brother, looking out for someone and having their back financially, taking care of them, making sure that they're good, and them shitting on you in the return. So apparently that's what happened to Dre. And I think Nesto feels at some point he must have done something for someone who owes him, and it's not coming out. He's not getting the return on 100-fold. Okay. He invested in someone, he looked out for someone, and someone is not looking out for him, and he's pissed.
I just think that's it, man.
I mean, I'm driving, trying to watch traffic and trying to write miles down. I'm, paying attention to what's going on. And so,
I know it sounds confusing.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to say how I'm going to word this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so as this stands right now, and if you can't answer this question, then let me know. This is how it looks to me, and I don't know. Everything that you have a bond for right now, including that other one that you just talked about, what they took away and trying to come back and took away and come back, can you make bond of those, or is that one still hanging over your head too?
No, I can make bond. It just got to be in the system. It never was put in the system. That's the problem. It never was the game.
What he doesn't understand is that you do have a bond. You have a bond on the CP, but he's waiting for the bond for the CP to drop. At the end of the day, you got a bond. It's just high as hell. Just like you got it right now. There, you could make bond, but the bond it's the celebrity bond, right? He has a bond on everything straight across the board, but the CP was never dismissed. So I don't know. Some of these, it's like, my God, these folks are dumb.
Gave it to me, but they never put it in the system. So by today or tomorrow, it should be put in the system.
Okay, so the other day when you called, when they said they was going to do that, when you was ready to go, you couldn't have burned out then anyway, right? Because that one had never been filed, is what I'm hearing. I was thinking, I wasn't clear, or whatever word.
You could have bonded out. You still had a bond. That, as long as that charge is still sitting there, it had a bond attached to it. What he's talking about is it being dismissed. Like, Dre, don't you know better than that?
They won't do it.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, Shirley is gone.
Okay, so the numbers that we know that you have now, whatever, 400 or whatever it is, whatever. So what's the total now?
I don't know yet because I ain't got paperwork from a lawyer yet. So they got to bring it with a stamp on it. So I don't know yet.
Okay, so, all right. That's why I'm confused there, too. So don't nobody know what they need to put up or what they need to bring.
No.
Dre, you know what needs to be put up because you listen over here and everywhere. You know what needs to be put up. You know exactly how much that damn bond is. Why are you playing? Which he's going to say something like he heard it explained a different way because you stay up on these YouTube streets. Overcomer just gifted some memberships. Thank you. Early in the morning. Let's see. Where are they? Overcomer. Yes. Millie Davis, Ms. Bougie Down, China Ming. Okay, Moving in Silence, Millie Davis, Ms. Bougie Down, China Ming, and is it Shelts? You got gifted by our good sis. Thank you. Thank you very much, sis, for supporting and gifting. Thank you so much. Thank you for making it official. Okay. Um, all of you guys who have sent stickers and super chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get back into it.
No,
Because the people the other day were saying a certain amount, that's what they thought. You know what I mean? I thought the same thing too.
right.
The people the other day. Who's the people the other day? The YouTube streets? Us? On that YouTube?
So it wasn't never put in. That's basically what it was. It wasn't never put in. And I don't know who far it was, what far.
It's no fault. She said I didn't do it. Judge Manning says I didn't see a dismissal. And Miss Ernell Winfrey said I didn't put one in. We're just going to revive it in an indictment. We were trying to give the benefit of the doubt that maybe not. It wasn't coming, but little did we know. Yeah, it was coming the next day because he got rearrested on the 15th.
I don't know. I just know it wasn't put in. So I couldn't get out.
Well, you heard what she said, right? You heard her, right?
She said that I can get on out. She said, but the judge.
No. Right. No. No. The district attorney or whatever the lady name is, the DA, I don't know her name, but the one that's over that situation. What I heard on the thing was that I thought that charge was clear, and everybody thought it was clear too. And he said, I don't see that it's cleared on my system.
Why does Andrea think Judge Manning is a man? Just listen to the pronouns. He thinks Judge Manning is a man. Listen.
She spoke up and said, I can answer that. I can contest that because I haven't filed it yet. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Okay. And she was like, well, we haven't filed it because we are planning whatever. Everybody know what it was. I'm like, okay. And she said, we're waiting. And then he told you that if you got out, he wanted you to know. You heard what he said.
You heard what he said. He wanted you to know. Judge Manning is a lady, Andrea.
She could be arrested again through a jury. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. So you heard this. So that's what I'm confused at.
Okay, so basically what it is, they re-signed. They're supposed to re-sign the song, let me out, and they're saying that this is how it goes. If they do,
and I heard it. Like, you don't want to get off into it. I can understand. You don't have to. I mean, I got it because we're on the line, but everybody else heard the same thing too. That's what I heard too. So that's why I was confused. So you.
Yeah, they don't know the law. I know the law because I've been sitting here.
When he said they don't know it, I know the law because I've been sitting here studying for 2 years. I'm like, boy, would you stop lying? The worst lies are the lies that you tell yourself. Okay. That's some of the worst lies out. Okay. He needs to stop lying. Hold on. Let me find a stop lying.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Nesto, you can't sit up here and lie to us like that, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's in 2 years, so I've been studying for 2 years, so I know how it goes. So they just did Trump in the same thing yesterday. You see what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. So if they dismiss it today, they can come out tomorrow. If they can do it 2 different ways. If I get out there and do some dumbass shit, which I'm not, because that's not my game. Okay, they can bring that up and put that extra charge on you. That's how it goes. Okay, You know what I'm saying? So they dropping it, okay, because they know I'm not into that. They know that. They know I'm not a they know I'm innocent when it comes out of that. So basically, they dropping it for that reason. But if some other
So
shit,
they're dropping the charges on you. They're dropping the CP charges because they realize you're not into that. Have you ever heard something so dumb? We're going to drop the charges on Mr. Williams because we know he's not into that. All right, let's get a little bit more caught up. Same thing Dion told him. Maybe he wants Davy to pay his bond. It wouldn't matter if he wants damn Santa Claus to pay his bond. Santa Claus ain't coming. Lamont said he was at the JW. Yes. And so yes, JW would be JW Marriott. I would imagine. That's when I heard JW, I was like, well, JW Marriott, unless there's somebody else JW. But what damn meeting is he at the JW? Nesto has to talk in circles because he can't speak truth and admit he tried to play Dre out his coins. I don't think he's trying to, he has to admit anything. I think he's just dry begging, period. Nesto has to talk in circles because he can't speak the truth and admit he wants Dre to separate. He's dry begging at this moment. So I don't think he has to fess up. He's just straight up dry begging. I hear you, analytical one. I just think he's just straight up dry begging, period, because he knows everybody else isn't coming through. And he is on a paper chase at this moment, trying to speak with whoever he's basically lobbying. It's like when they're trying to push a bill through Congress and you have to go and shake hands, kiss babies, go to people's offices, talk and try to get that majority. That's all he's doing. He's lobbying right now, basically. He is lobbying and he is campaigning to get them coins lined up to get everyone to get him the hell up out of there. But he has a unbelievable bond that only one person really could help him with, who is not going to help him. She ain't helping him. There's just no way.
it come up, they can bring it back up. That's what she's saying. That's what a non-process is.
That's what a
You got
nalaprasa is.
you got 6 months before they can bring it back. They don't bring it back in 6 months, then they have to let it go. You understand what I'm saying? That's how that goes. A lot of people don't know what non-process means. I didn't know. I had to look it up myself.
A lot of people don't know what means.
Non-process, that means that they are
Non-process.
they can bring it back up in 6 months. That's what that means.
What's it called again? Non-what?
Non-process.
Not what?
That's a term.
Non-process.
Yeah, it's like saying the drop, but it's not saying the drop. That's like an English word that they use.
Oh, it's English? It's not Latin? Oh, okay.
I got them talk to you about it. It's crazy.
Okay.
That's what it means. That's what it means right now.
Okay. I heard a different definition of it. Come on, man. I heard a different definition of it. So, I heard somebody break it down in a different term in a different way, which basically is saying the same thing you're saying, they just use a different terminology. That's all.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Exactly. So, yeah. So by today or tomorrow, if I'm kind of so slow, if they put it in today or tomorrow, my number should go all the way back down what I thought it was supposed to be Monday. So
yeah, because I heard her say that, then Hannah said you have to let her know or whatever. And she said she was going. She didn't sound like she was going to do it. I mean, just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? She just dragging her feet about it. That's just my personal opinion. And not unless she got something else up her sleeve. Because it was going to be done. What that happened? A couple of weeks ago when they dismissed that?
No, it's been a month and 3 days.
It's been a month and 3 days. So if we were going to be dismissed, she would get the same thing. So it don't sound like to me that she just eager to do it. It's just my personal opinion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm saying she dismissed it because if she was going to do it, she would have been done it. That's all.
Yeah.
All that paperwork, all the other bond reductions were all processed, uploaded the following day. I don't know why he seems to think, you know what? And then also, we'll listen a little bit more, but on the call with Sonia is telling him that Sylvia told him, which How in the world is Sonia relying on Sylvia to give her, like, where did Sylvia get the information that they fired a bunch of people or that there's a whole bunch of new people that started? And that might be the case. But I know the day after the hearing, I think it was maybe the day after, it could have been the hearing was Monday, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I already had the new copies certified from Fulton County. They had been processed and uploaded. We already had them. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what Sonia's talking about. I don't know what Sylvia's talking about. All of that documentation was already uploaded. At the end of the day, DDA Winfrey did not process the dismissal because she didn't process the dismissal. She didn't do it. She wasn't concerned about it. She wasn't thinking about it. She already knew she was bringing it back or it wasn't approved. Whatever the case was as to why she didn't do it, she stated she did not do it. When Judge Manning said, well, I never saw the dismissal, when Hannah said that was dismissed, and Judge Manning says, yes, I never saw the dismissal, Winfrey, DDA Winfrey pipes in and says, I can speak to that. I never processed it. Oh, well, you need to process the document. Oh, okay. Is that something I need to do? Okay, well, we've decided we're going to just bring that back with an indictment. What is to not understand? Nesto doesn't want to understand. He doesn't want to understand. He just knows what he heard. And he knows what he's got tunnel vision to wanting to get out of jail. And this tunnel vision and these other numbskulls that he's friends with is going to have him there for a very long time. And nobody is smart enough to say, you know what, Nesto, forget about you want to talk about it. I understand you want to talk about it, but you can't talk about it. So let's talk about that time that we went to Michigan. Let's talk about that time we were down in Florida. Let's talk about something else. I can't talk to you about what's going on because I actually care about you and I don't want you to continue to fuck yourself. Nobody will do that because they don't care. This is entertainment. Everybody loves YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But I ain't no.
Then she admitted that she hadn't signed the paperwork.
But what's crazy?
And that can hinder you from your bond because you're thinking of one thing, but then there's something else added on top of that. That it hinder you. It's almost like we're gonna hinder him now. I mean, I think they know what they're doing. And I don't, I mean, I don't know. I'm not in there. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm like, okay, so I don't know if it's legal. They can do it. They can't do it. I mean, if she's doing it, if it was filed, why haven't you filed it?
Okay, well, then I got your opinion. That's what I want to hear, your opinion. Because it went so fast for me, I could understand, but I couldn't understand. I just know that what it was saying, but I need to see here another ear, another eye. So that's what I heard. That's what I saw.
He's a lawyer.
Well, your folks heard it too.
Yeah.
I'm sure she could have broke it down for you too, way better than I can on a better level. I'm sure she could have broke it down for you.
Well, I ain't seen them.
Okay, I've been hearing it. I had to find that out through YouTube too, what was said and what she's mad about. So I was like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. But I don't know. I remember you had said something in general conversation. But now you listen at her on these channels, you know why she's mad or what she's upset about.
Oh.
Or what you feel.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to say, bro.
I mean, if he knew the law, he would know that he has bonds straight across the board and they are equaling $1,136,000. Okay. Whatever the bond stipulations are the bond stipulations, but everybody can fucking add. Okay. You need to probably have made it past 6th grade to add up these numbers. At the end of the day, every single thing that he is charged with now has a bond. Now, whether he can get out is a different story. And what would determine whether he can get out? Number one, money. whether the bond has been satisfied by hook or by crook. Okay, that's number one. And number two, any holds that he may have from any other counties that are going to want to pick him up. Nesto, the bottom line is this: if somebody came with a money bag and dropped it off with all the money he needs to walk out the door, there's no guarantee he can walk out the door because he still has holds. Nesto is still sitting on that porch waiting for Daddy Bawn to pick him up. Daddy gone. Okay, period. Okay. Vicky, good morning. He's like a little kid doing a pee pee dance when he sees the bathroom, but has to wait on mama and daddy to go with him. Anxious and about to blow. He's having a tantrum. He's having a tantrum. A mess. He doesn't want to understand. He just wants to go back to, but they said they were going to dismiss it. Shit happens. This is the so not that this has anything to do with anything, but on the 15th, that was the day that Fonnie was on the stand on that Friday. And not that that had anything to do with anything, but that's the day they rearrested his ass. Okay. We were in court all day on the 15th. Okay. And Nesto was being rearrested over to the jail. Okay. Nesto doesn't want to understand. They just want a conspiracy. Damn stupid ass Sonia's like, oh, somebody could have handed it to somebody and said, just lose that for a month. You can lose the paperwork for a month if you want to. We still know what was said. She said she was going to dismiss it and it's not processed. But if there was someone who was truly managing the caseload, then maybe somebody would have said something. But at the end of the day, Hannah is a overworked public defender. Okay. And she has other people who are waiting for her time and services. And that's it. And that's all.
I said something. Hold on. I don't know what I said. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I said. And then
She didn't hear you.
now hold on. So she said, is she telling everybody out there that she mad at me and all this here? I don't know. I ain't out there. I can't see what's said and what ain't said.
No, she didn't say she was mad with you. From what I heard on the thing, she didn't say she was mad. She just said that she didn't say she was mad with you. I think she felt disrespected about a statement that you said.
Okay, what's said?
Okay.
What's said?
I don't damn know that, so I'm gonna have to.
Dre, stop lying. You just don't want to get involved. You know what she said. How do you know to the point to correct him to say she felt disrespected, but you don't want to just say what he said? Just say it.
I don't know something on the call with you and Dion. I mean, it's all over the thing. I don't know it word for word. I can't cite it right now. But when that her tell it, that's what she was saying. That the statement that you made was disrespectful.
Oh, okay. Well.
So I'm like, oh, okay. But she kept stressing that to Miss Sylvia. I'm not mad. Like
Really? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I think that was the word that she used. Now don't go back telling her Dre said. Let me just shut the fuck up. I'm just be quiet. I mean, I'm saying, yeah.
I'm not gonna do all that, man. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not.
But Dion be telling you sit down too. So I don't know. So whatever you said, so I'm on that call or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know on that call.
Oh, okay. I ain't, man. I'm trying to get out.
You pissed the folks out. Yeah, I know you pissed them folks out. Got them so mad with you. So.
Hey, man. If whatever I said, it got to be the truth. I ain't lying. I ain't lying on nobody. I ain't lying. So
yeah.
if I'm saying something out of the ordinary, I do apologize. But guess what? I ain't lying. I ain't making no lies up on nobody. I ain't doing none of that. None of that.
Okay, so you just double down on Sonia needs to be grateful to have a 5-star ninja like you, and that at the end of the day, really and truly, anything that's going on at this moment is all on her because she's making the choices to be involved with you. And I mean, I'm not gonna debate that because she's making her choice to be with this clown. And I guess that's it and that's all. You know what I mean? Like, sis, he's putting it out there. It's very much giving accurate. So Sonia just needs to understand where she stands.
So if the conversation, if they mad at me or whatever, hey, maybe it came out the wrong way. Maybe people don't understand, but I ain't lying. So I ain't doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is what it is. It is what it is.
So you don't know what she said to her. To piss her off.
No, I ain't saying nothing to her. But what?
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. Right.
No. It is what it is, man.
Morning, bold and beautiful.
All I'm saying is right here, bro, I'm going to get out. When I'm going to get out.
This is my thing, Nesto. Why don't you just say, look, I'm in here fighting for my fucking life. I don't have time for the petty shit. If sis wants to be in her feelings about something I said about her and she doesn't understand what type of relationship we have, then I don't know what else I can do. But I got more serious things to handle at this moment that we can talk about when I get on the outside. That's how he should have put his pants on and stood on as a man what you think you want to say to this woman. The fact that he cannot, and me as a woman can think of something better to say than him as a man, sis, I'm in here fighting for my life and you're supposed to be helping me according to you. Whatever I said, number one, I apologize, but I'm not going to get all deep into it at this moment. You know how I feel. The bottom line is that if I fucked up or I fucked up, sorry. But at the end of the day, can we put this to the side because I need your help? Or if you want to be a real dick about it, hell, whatever I said, and that's what I meant. And I meant what I said. And if you're out, I understand. And pulled the damn power play and flipped it right back on her ass. That's it. Some guys are going to be like, I said what I said, and that's what it was. Like he's saying to Dre. Or apologize and tell her to get focused because we got this business to handle. And if we can't do it, I'm going to be sitting here. I don't understand how it's just stupid to me.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Girl,
and that sounds like when you get out, you got a lot to say and you got a lot of things you're going to want to get off your chest.
Well, I already said I can't do no social media. So I ain't doing none of that shit.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because you're going to put yourself in a worse situation which you already is.
I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none. I ain't got to do all that.
And you're going to be the villain and you're going to be the bad person and they're going to be like, yeah, I told you so. See, I told you.
And then get what?
Trust me.
I'm going to be just like this right here. I'm going to let my work.
Andrea, be quiet.
I'm going to do like I do. I've been doing. I ain't calling nobody. I ain't trying to do all that. I ain't trying to defend myself. I ain't got to do that. My work, I'm doing. That's all I got to do. I got to do what I've been doing. Let my work speak for myself. That's it. I ain't got to do all that. For what? You're going to do it anyway. Going back and forth. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm not answering no questions. I don't know if you're right or if you're wrong. But every time I say something, I get put in the hot seat right there with you got them ass. You know what I'm saying? So I just, when we get out where we can talk personally, one-on-one, at the barber shop, at the bars, or wherever we might meet, then I feel comfortable by talking to you as my friend, like I've been talking to you. Yeah, I can just say what I want to say, and I don't get judged for it. Don't get picked apart. But you know me.
Oh.
I see it, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
You be all right.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Well, we can't do that right now.
No, we can't. We can't.
So when you ask me your opinion, I can't give you my opinion. I can, but I can't give you my opinion. I don't learn that. That's all.
Okay. That's right. That's true. All right. Well, we don't.
So I can't. I'm just gonna listen.
Okay.
You know, whatever you need me to do, I'll do the best that I can do. If I can't do it, I can't do it. If I can, I can.
Okay.
What I do?
You have a wonderful day today, sir.
You guys think at this moment Nesto was getting off the phone to cry? It's to me the first thing I thought of was Nesto about to cry, girl. You have a wonderful day, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good. I mean, I'm just right. I mean, look at it, the money's on the phone. If the money's on the phone, so if you're ready to go, I know you're frustrated, brother. Trust me, I know you're frustrated. I know you're pissed. I know what you're going through. I do.
Yeah. I know you do. I know that for a fact. I definitely know that for a fact. Yeah. Wow.
I can only imagine.
Okay, I get it. I understand.
But you got to stay focused.
I gotta stay focused, bro. I got to, man.
You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused.
Yeah, I do.
Can't lose your mind. You can't lose your sanity. You got to stay focused. It is what it is.
It is. I do.
I know you're mad with some folks. You can't be done. They're gonna have to let that junk go.
Yeah. Okay.
You saying okay? Okay. I know it's easy said than done. Trust me.
But I do know you know what you're talking about. I do.
Yeah, and I ain't sitting here trying to tell you that I'm perfect and I did everything by the book, but I did not, and you know that.
Yeah.
But what? 1996 to 2024. I don't even know how many damn years that is. 25, 30 years ago. It's been a long time. I can sit here and tell you now.
Yeah. This is true.
That's how long it's been. This might be 96.
Well, I'm just hey.
You just what? Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. I'll just be there when I get out of here and just let my work speak for itself, man.
Right. Well, everybody know what you're capable of. Your immediate circle, they already know what you're capable of, what you can do, what you can't do. So that ain't gonna prove nothing to nobody. They already know that.
Yeah.
So when you say let your work prove for itself, you just gonna have to see your name up. And when you get back out, whatever you're gonna do, or whatever you maintain, or whatever your lifestyle is, you're gonna do that anyway. That's just who you are.
Yeah.
So they're gonna see that again anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make a way. That's just who you is. You ain't never been a bomb.
No, I ain't finna be that. I ain't finna be that.
And you ain't never been a type to ask for no handout.
No, I ain't finna do that either.
Right. So they already know that.
Okay. This is amazing. That's a lot.
I don't understand why it's amazing, and I keep saying this. It's because this ain't your first rodeo.
No.
It's not the first time. What I'm saying, let me be clear when I say this ain't the first time. I ain't saying the first time that all this been going on. I'm saying that there have been setbacks in your life for this.
Right.
You know just as well as I know when you're down there out of sight, out of mind, my money ain't coming in. You lose this, you lose that. When you depend on people, that's the part that I'm talking about. You know they say they're gonna do this, and they don't fall out.
Yeah.
So I can't do it.
This is true. This is true.
And you have to rebuild when you come back out. You have to rebuild everything. Not unless you got a strong foundation that's that maintains your stuff like I do for old boy you're talking about. So when he come home, all he gotta do really is just go home. So right.
Exactly.
The car, the house, his mom, his kids, and he didn't miss a beat. Everything else was still taken care of. His car was there. I came and got another car.
I remember all of that.
Second shopping and put some money in his pocket.
I remember all
so all he had to do was just get out. So that's different. But you know just as well as I know, and some of the females don't understand this. But
you have 1 minute remaining.
It takes a special someone to have it to do that, Nesto. Everybody not cut like that.
No, they ain't cut. This is true. Yeah.
I don't care what you don't did for them, which places you don't put them in, how much money you don't did, how many cars you don't buy, how much the cars cost. It don't mean nothing.
No, I don't. Okay. You have one day, sorry for the phone call.
Nesto sounds like he's about to cry, y'all.
Go ahead, you can call me back if you want to.
I gotta go ahead and do something real fast, and then I'm.
He has to go and cry. He getting ready to go cry in the shower.
About an hour.
Okay.
I can't either.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
All right. So yeah, guys, like a lot. A mess. Anyway, Dre was no help. That was a whole 30-minute phone call for no good reason. Dre tried to tell him, look, I heard the call. I even listened on the YouTube streets. What you're saying, I hear you. And part of that, and part of that. However, this is the actual deal. Um, Nesto, I don't think wants to grapple with the reality that, sir, your bond is over $1 million. Like, that's just what it is. He doesn't want to get it. He doesn't want to get it. He's not trying to absorb it. He is trying to think of all the different ways on why. Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be dismissed, but sis decided not to do it or spoke too soon, spoke prematurely. They found new evidence. We don't really know the why of why it wasn't. She might have gone to Cozumel. She might have been in Tulum for a week. She might have just said, fuck it. She might have met with her boss and her boss was like, hell to the no. We just got the reports back and it says this, that, and the third. Okay. And then Sonia's talking about, well, I need to see if it was dismissed with or without prejudice. It wasn't dismissed like that. It was a null pros. Okay. And however it was done, it was a null pros that was never processed. Okay. It doesn't matter. Even if they said with or without prejudice, at the end of the day, if it was not processed, it doesn't matter. So they could say that that was the intent, but as they were going to file the documents to finalize it, something else happened and we decided to not finalize it. Nothing means anything until it is documented and certified. You can say what you want to say in the court. Even when you watch a trial and the jury stands up and they give the official reading of the verdict, they write the verdict down. The judge reads the verdict. The judge asks the jury, is this your verdict? They may poll each individual jury member. The judge hands the documents to the clerk, and he might hand it to the clerk first. The clerk will read the verdict, and then the judge will ask, is this everybody's opinion? Is this everybody's verdict? And they will record it into the docket and as the official verdict. It does not mean anything until it is certified, entered into the actual record. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is that just because the DDA said it, okay, fine. She never filed the paperwork. That was Hannah's opportunity right there to ask what happened or to pick up a phone and call. But the fact that a month and 3 days had gone by and nothing had been processed, if you guys recall, when they initially gave the reduction from the 800,000 to the 25 discount per charge on the 4 CPs, and it went down to 700,000, it took a minute for that to process, but that did happen right around the time that the system went down. But that being said, Hannah should have been keeping an eye on it, or the secretary should have been keeping an eye on it and asking and reminding Nesto to keep up on it. But either way, with it being a null pros, that still meant it could come back. Nesto is ridiculous and ain't nobody got time for this. If you guys, anyone wants to call in real quick, we can do that for a few minutes and then I'm gonna let y'all go and then we're gonna come back and do Sonia around lunchtime. So if anybody has anything to say or would like to say something, you are welcome to call in. He superseded on that celebrity bond, girl. Nesto's biggest slap is that, hold on. Nesto's biggest slap is that all of these people he ripped off could have and probably would have come to bail him out. Okay, so what you're saying is he had some good relationships with people that he shitted on and took advantage of. And these are actually people who had the resources that if he were in trouble could have actually helped him. But because he did what he did, that's a hell to the no. Okay. Nesto's biggest slap is that all of the people he ripped off could have and probably would have bailed him out. But he played everyone against each other and played in people's faces. Okay. All right. Mm. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Sonia uh has been in contacted with Joe every day. It seems so she should have been asking if the case was officially dismissed. Someone should have been checking in, right? Good morning. We have a caller, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hi, Janetta. Good morning.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to say I really enjoy your show. This is my first time calling in.
Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, early here, and before I get started with my day, I wanted to come in on this what Sonya has to say. Yeah, her legal interpretation is really quite interesting.
Oh my
I heard a little bit of what I'm a lawyer as well, so yeah, it's been quite interesting to hear her interpret the law. But it's not really uncommon. People call my office all the time with things they've heard on Google and things that don't make any sense. So, but she's different. She's very different.
Well,
Um,
she wraps so she wraps her own understanding into cap and conspiracy.
and
So
then
she has a very juvenile understanding of things. Then she caps on it for her man, and then she's also a conspiracy theorist.
And also, if you recall, her brother is one of those
Mhm.
conspiracy theories. The what they call those people who don't follow the law?
Girl,
Darn, I forgot what they call them.
he's sovereign.
He's sovereign. Yes, yes. So her brother's a sovereign citizen as well. So a lot of that kind of probably runs in the family. So yeah, she's very strange. And the thing, the thing is, she's upset with Pam for saying things that are reasonable and based in the law. Um,
Pam makes perfectly good sense and she explains it in a common sense way. But
exactly.
also, if you listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a mom. I'm a I've worked in human resources, so my background is not legal. However, if you listen you and just open your ears, you can hear exactly what they're saying. Sometimes you just have to take notes and then you use Google or I mean that's our encyclopedia these days. When I hear something I don't understand or I'm not sure about, I look it up and then I look it up as it pertains to either that state or if it's federal. I mean, it's not it's and then obviously you refer to the experts. So people who are like yourself or like Pam and they give their interpretation and then you get some deeper understanding. But as far as what she's doing, I don't get it.
Well, the thing that I really didn't get, and I said this to Celia too. I said that Pam, she has a background in criminal law. Now she's doing wrongful convictions. But I had said to Sylvia, wouldn't it make sense if you want to help your man to reach out to Pam? That would, if I wanted to help my man, I would have messaged Pam right away because she knows her stuff. And so when I said that, Sylvia twisted up her face like I said the dumbest thing in the world, but it just didn't make any sense. But I could kind of see her being a little angry with you and grown woman advice for calling her side, whatever. But the thing is, she shouldn't even be mad at the two of you because you and Nyla gave her some common sense advice about just normal everyday life stuff, and Pam gave the legal aspect of it, angle of it. So I don't think she should have been mad at anyone. Really, she should have been listening to all of you. I just don't get it. I guess the thing that was kind of troubling to me about Sonya is in a way she kind of reminds me of myself in my 20s, except I had enough sense not to mess with married men. You know, and the thing is, men like that, it's like you sell yourself the dream. you convince yourself like, oh, he loves me and all this other stuff. When you're 20, you do that, and all he has to do is just agree with it, and you playing yourself basically, and that's what she's doing at 55 years old. And it's just, if she would have listened to you and Nyla and some of the others, I don't know, maybe she would have started to think about that part. I don't know. She's really interesting at 55 years old.
I think Sonia, unfortunately, is one of these women who has accomplished, I mean, look, she's a mom, she's got two kids, and that's awesome. But in terms of her professional background, I think she's got a lot of resentment for people who have accomplished some things that she has not, or she's just jealous. And she's dealing with a bum. And I don't think she likes the fact that people have called out the low life living. And no matter what we said, it really wouldn't matter because she's not, she will just lump it into black women are hateful. So it doesn't really matter what I could have said sis was the best thing, but because she has a disdain for black women, it doesn't matter.
And that's the thing though. Society is, she's not the only one that's subject to this kind of treatment. Look at what's Wendy Williams, the side chick, Serena Hudson.
Mhm.
Society, we do not like side chicks. So it's not like, oh, this kind of treatment is just reserved for Sonya. I mean, it's just kind of when you're a side chick and it's public, because Serena's opened three failed businesses. Who's going to support that when, you know, look at how you got the money and, especially everything that's going on and how Wendy's health failed and things like that. People hate her worse than they hate Sonya. Yes, we don't like to see what happened to Shirley, but she should really expect this. And then she thinks she's gonna lie her way out of it. But we heard. So she just needs to kind of, I mean, you gave good advice. She should have kept quiet, really. If she wouldn't have been out and starting YouTube channels, it wouldn't have been as bad. So she really has, herself to blame. She should have listened to the bloggers, because I think everything you all said was on point.
Um, okay, I put you on mute for just a second because it's giving feedback with both of our mics, but just 1 second. What do you think? Because there's been lots of interpretation. What do you think about the case so far? Not giving legal advice, just your opinion, point of view. Um, this obviously this is a complicated case with many different layers, but I think even some of the most novice of us out here who are hearing the facts, reading the documents, have a good basic understanding for what's going on here. Why is it that the scheme team does not seem to understand, and Nesto's in the middle of it? Well, we know that he doesn't want to accept the truth, but why is it that these people don't want to understand what the facts are revolving around the case? And second question is, do you believe that Sonia is reading transcripts or is she reading the arrest warrants and the affidavits? I don't even know that there are any transcripts available at this moment. Maybe there are, but I don't believe she's like, what is the purpose in reading a transcript of a 7-minute bail hearing? We can see the video of pretty much everything. There's no need for a transcript. I think Sonia's just trying to sound like she's doing something. Can you answer to those two?
Well, the first question, I think they're talking this way because Nesto doesn't deal with reality very well. He's, like, I think it's kind of what you said. Maybe he has some kind of anxiety, or they know that he doesn't want to hear the truth. So the people around him know to tell him what he wants to hear. If you notice, Dre, he's one of the few people who doesn't do that, and that's why he was talking, about Dre. He didn't like that. He wants to live in a fantasy world. He doesn't want to deal with reality, and Sonya knows that, and she plays into that. My opinion, as far as this case goes, I know a hearing that you showed a while ago, I think was Jonathan Simon. He mentioned RICO. I think that that's a possibility. I think that's likely. because RICO is very expansive. It allows them to do more than just they would be able to do in a regular case. Because in a regular case, we're limited by evidence rules, what's admissible in court. If you take the R. Kelly case for example, if it was a regular case and not a RICO case, they would have never been able to bring up the Aaliyah information to present that as evidence how he married her. That was 30 years ago. So we're time barred in regular cases. So with a RICO, I mean, it's massive, and RICO was initially designed to bring down the mob. So you had Al Capone, who was untouchable and kept getting away with things. So that's why they came up with the RICO statute and allows them so much more, the ability to do so much more. So I think in this case they are kind of looking at a RICO, because I know Sonia was upset because they were talking about what happened in Arizona, what happened here and there. They can introduce a lot of things that happen in other jurisdictions, with RICO, and then also the fact that the case, the fraud initially began in Fulton County. Even in a regular case, they would be able to talk about some of that stuff. So I think that they are looking at a RICO, especially with the fraud charges. I think it's so much that we hear things on the calls and the hearings and things like that, but I think it's some information that we just don't have yet. I think it's a lot of information
Absolutely.
available. And I know this is off topic, you didn't ask me this, but I'm thinking, when Dennis mentioned the tampering charges as well, I
Hmm.
think there's something that we don't know about there, if they're really considering that, because based off of what we've heard in phone calls, I don't know if that'd be necessarily enough to get Sonia. Something was done outside of these phone calls. They got together and maybe contacted a family member of a victim or something. If they're really investigating that, they have more than what we know for sure.
One thing, I just muted you real quick because when I talk, I don't know, something in our connection right now. Erica, hold on one second. Janetta, just one sec. So to your point about the witness tampering, there is a call where Nesto asks Sonia to call Laverte and ask Laverte to communicate with a family member, possibly Miles' mother, Miles' grandmother. We all heard it. So there have been some beating around the bush as it relates to others, but there was some very definite outreach that was requested. Nesto even requested Sonia to call someone, but she didn't do it. So there have been some requests made, enough to have their eyes open to know that they should be paying a little bit of attention to this. And I'm sure this is not a good, I mean, for most people, they would not be happy to have this kind of a light being shined on their case, but he didn't have that choice or the option. Um, some great points, Janetta. Um, I think, yeah, I think you're right on it. Give us a couple of like a closing. What else you'd like for us to know? Then I'm going to let Erica up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
unmute you.
Well, I really didn't have anything else to add. Going back to what you said about I think they have enough to get Nesto for witness tampering, because he reached out and he asked, Laverte, call Martha, call whoever. But as far as Sonia and Sylvia go, I honestly think that there was more that was done by both of them that we just don't know about yet. It's the question, yeah, we heard in the phone call, we heard Nesto ask Sonya to call people, but did she actually reach out to family members of victims? That's what's gonna sink her case, which I believe Sylvia mentioned that she went to church with one of the relatives of one of the victims. So even mentioning something in church would be a problem. So not saying she did that, but that would be a problem if that's what happened. So
Especially if it was on request or on their behalf. So yes.
yeah, and they seem a little bit too eager to help him with this, and they were celebrating with the CP charge. But we on the YouTube streets did say that those charges were likely coming back. I know Pam said it. That's the first thing I said, that they were coming back likely. So I just haven't seen people get out of those charges. But that's all I had to say. I'll let the next person
Okay.
come up.
Thank you so much. Take care, and we appreciate you calling in. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, I won't.
Thank you. Take care, sis. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys. One other thing about the RICO, real quick, Erica, good morning. Just
Good
1 second, okay, Erica.
morning.
One thing about the RICO, Kevin Majeski talked about it, and Jonathan Salmon. Both of them, if you look at their LinkedIn pages, if you look at their bio on the Fulton County, almost everybody has a bio, a professional bio, the judges, the district attorneys, the leadership. Pretty much everyone has some sort of a bio. And Majeski and Jonathan Salmon both were in the financial crimes unit working under Will Wooten. So when they talked about the RICO, not that it's, just because of that, but they were all assigned into that financial crimes unit, just like ADA Taylor and DDA Winfrey were from the special victims unit, sex trafficking unit. So I just wanted to make that distinction. Erica, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, so I just wanted to say now, first, listen, I'm not Team Nesto at all. Like what
Hmm.
and Nesto has done is pretty despicable to me. Not only has he ruined Shirley Strawberry, but he ruined relationships that she had with people that are not even involved in this. Like he's
Hmm.
always referring to, I think her name is Tanya, as the balloon lady, and he's going into her business that Shirley shared with him, and he's talking about this lady's business, on these phone calls. And so imagine how that lady feels, and imagine how that relationship is going with Shirley at this point. Very selfish, and I don't think Nesto understands the magnitude of these calls. I think he's making light of the calls, like, yeah, I just say whatever I want to say. I don't care if it. I'm just, I don't
Hmm.
understand how serious and how bad these calls make him look. And then, but to his, like I said, I think Nesto he did something. Sorry, man, sir, you did something. You're gonna be guilty of something. But I do think in Fulton County, this is, at the end of the day, I don't think this is, it's actually, I don't see it as being fair. Like you guys, and Nesto asked, and I'm going to give him credit for this. He asked in one of those hearings, he asked for a fast and speedy trial. Okay. He should have been granted that. His lawyer had shut him up. I guess she told him to be quiet. And then, the judge didn't, he didn't never get the statement out for the judge to hear. If he had requested, if it would have been requested for him to have a speedy trial, there is no bill, no case. You have me in jail right now, and I have a right to a speedy trial. And now you're lingering this on and on and on, and you're just building up more evidence. Well, if he would have really got his speedy trial, then he may have gotten off on some stuff. You know what
Well,
I'm
but
saying?
let me just interject right there real quick. Now, a speedy trial comes in with an indictment. He's not indicted. He's charged with crimes, and he has to be indicted to have a speedy trial. So the reason why Hannah patted his hand or told him like don't say that yet is because he's not indicted. So you can't get a trial if there's no indictment. If there's no indictment, there's no trial.
But I thought at that
I,
point there were some indictments, just not, all of them were
So
indicted.
the things that he had been indicted on, which were the credit repair, I believe he had been indicted on the credit repair and on the bad check situation. They decided to null pros those. Those were the only indictments that he had. He had those indictments. They null pros those because he had 9 cases to start. He's down to 7 cases. Okay. The 2 that he had indictments on were null prost, and it was the potential that those would be brought back potentially if the RICO were to happen. But regarding the sexual assault cases, which is what you're referring to when he was in front of Judge Adams, those had no bond because it was a rape charge, which can carry a very severe sentence in Georgia. So she was not obligated to give him a bail at that moment with a rape, a sexual assault, sex trafficking. The reasons that the ADA gave were due to public safety and the fear of the potential witnesses. And he sat for another period of time, and that's when he finally got the $405,000 bond issued on that charge, I think 6 months after he had been charged with that. So there was no fair and speedy trial to be had at that moment because he still hadn't been indicted on those 5 counts under the sexual assaults.
I mean, but do you think it can be like it's fair to say, all right, so we know now he's been indicted. So
He's not been indicted yet. He's not been indicted. He's still in pre-indictment.
CP
He's not
charge.
indicted yet. CP charges are not indicted. They brought him back. They refreshed the charges. It's supposed to be going for a grand jury this month, but it has not. He has no indictments at this moment. The 2 indictments he had were null pros. So right now, the 7 active cases, there's not one indictment yet. There are supposed to be some things or all things that are going to be sitting with a grand jury this month. So I'm glad you asked that question. That's a great question. I don't know if it's everything or some things. He will have a grand jury reviewing his cases this month. It could be right now, for all we know. So just hang on for that. As soon as we find out about an indictment, that's when they'll be scheduling court. There will be a trial starting. We haven't even gotten to trial or anything revolving around jail time or time served or any of these things that Sonia likes to throw out into the wind because he literally is in limbo. He's in limbo. That's really all he is. He's in limbo and he's been waiting to get these bonds. Nesto has a very strange understanding of what's going on and he refuses to hear anything that makes sense. He just wants to talk conspiracies and paranoia with Sonia. And that's why I think for some people who may or may not be court watchers and things like that, it's getting a little confusing. He hasn't been indicted yet. These are hearings, they're not trials. We are still in the beginning. We are at the beginning. We're maybe at the end of the beginning. As soon as we hear about indictments, we're at the end of the beginning. We're going to go into a new phase. Right now, the last year and a half has all been pretrial.
But do you feel like, do you see anything that's wrong with this? And I'm not taking up for Ernesto, but do you see anything that's wrong with this process that Fulton County has where, oh, we're just going to let you sit in jail until we indict you? I mean, that's kind of not to me, I've never heard of this. Like Fulton County, this is a whole mess. And my first question to you is, some of his crimes are interstate crimes, right? You did one thing here, did another thing this. And so normally those are things that the FBI would handle, right? Like that would be, when you talk about interstate crimes, you talk about FBI. But anyway, it must be some kind of loophole where the state.
And that the loophole could be the RICO. That
Right.
could be the loophole.
Right. So, but I still, at the end of the day, I feel like the justice system, and not just Ernesto, all those people that are in Fulton County jail that haven't been indicted, that has been sitting there for 2 years, like that, it's a flaw. That's literally a flaw in our justice
It's a
system.
flaw. Yeah. I mean, I think, look, Fani has some questions to answer. I don't know that she created this problem, but the problem is sitting on her watch, and that will be part of her legacy as the district attorney. It's a horrible problem to have, having people sitting in limbo waiting, but I'm going to say this, as far as Nesto is concerned specifically, because I don't know everybody else's cases. What I do know is that there are people out here, one specifically who says she was raped, she was trafficked, she was sexually assaulted. There's a couple of other women out here who feel that they've been done wrong. There's some men out here that have said they've been done wrong. He has been a menace to the community. Does that mean that his civil rights get to be violated? Absolutely not. But there are some people who feel like their civil rights, well, not necessarily civil, their ability, that some of their rights have been violated as it pertains to him. He has helped himself to their monies, or he has swindled them, he has scammed them, and they did what they were supposed to do by going to the police station and filing charges, whether people respect that or not. At the end of the day, that's what they did. And he's being held to account for it. I mean, I think that whether it's fair or not, the bottom line is that Nesto engaged potentially, allegedly, in activities that have him sitting there for almost 2 years. You and I are not sitting there. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you, and it's not fair. But if you're not out here scamming, you're not out here representing yourself a certain type of way, you don't have to worry about that. And Nesto has had these type of allegations against him for many, many, many years. He's benefited from numerous null pros dismissals as it pertains to theft by deception, theft by taking, all different kinds of things. This is not the first time that this has happened. So he has a history of doing this, not a history of convictions, but he has a history of people going downtown and saying that he's scamming, taking, misrepresenting himself, helping himself to things that he should not, bad checks, bad deals, dispossessories. This guy has been living on the fringe, and this is the culmination of all of those things. It's not fair, but this is the bed that he made, just like his son told him.
Right. Okay, this is my last question, and then I'll drop down. But it's okay. So we know his bond is like 1.1 or something million, right? So my question is that actually, how you sometimes it's 10%? So does he owe? Would his bond actually be like $100,000, or is it 1 million, 1.1
It
million?
depends on the stipulations. Just like I was listening to Pam last night, and she said, I'm not a bondsman either. Okay. It depends on whatever bond program he has. If he goes to a bondsman that has a 10% or 15%, it's whatever. It's basically like buying an insurance policy. So you're buying that bond. They will not get that money back. So if it's 10, 15, 20, whatever it is, they are buying that and will not see that money back. If someone puts up a property note or property bond to secure Nesto's release, then there is going to be a lien put on that property until Nesto's case is completed. So if Nesto decides to take off, the city, the state, the government will come in and foreclose on that property with that lien and liquidate that asset to recoup their monies for him taking off. And nobody with some good sense would do anything stupid like that.
And so
Even his wife isn't going to do it.
But I know a lot of people in the comments like, well, Lamont can't. I was one of those people too. Lamont can't afford to bail him out. What is he talking about? But when
I mean, we don't know what Lamont has. Lamont might have some money in some storage bin somewhere. We don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said last night, I hope nobody is stupid enough to bring some damn dirty money up into Fulton County. If you don't have receipts and a definite history of that can be thoroughly investigated, I would not play around with those people in Fulton County trying to bring some duffel bags up in there to get that man out. That's what I would not do. But they can do what they want because we're here for the tea.
But just to be clear,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to be clear, his bond. Okay, so when we are in the comments saying Lamont he can't afford $1.1 million. Of course, he can't afford 1.1. But the bond is the bond. If the bond is actually
If he purchases a bond from a bonding agent, like a bail bondsman in Georgia, I don't know how much. They may be 15%. So if it's 15%, you're looking at $160 some thousand bond, which will not be returned.
But
plus
so it is
fees.
possible for Lamont to be able to afford that. Like we don't know
Maybe I don't know what he has in his pockets. He might have $1 million. Quite if they're doing what they say they've been doing, he could have some money. People come in, people have lots of cash coming in some of these businesses. Okay. People got people who traffic and things of that nature, which I'm not saying that these people are doing, but you got girls on OnlyFans and backstage and camming and doing all the things. There's people that make a lot of money quiet as it's kept. So we don't know what I'm gonna just say. I don't know what Lamont has, but if he has it, I would make sure it's clean.
Right. And so, okay, this is my last question. This is my second time saying this is my last question. But what in the world does Dion do? I remember him talking to
Oh,
Sonia
girl.
Hall, and he was like, I got 5 cars and I got a house. Like he got all these bills. How do you get 5 cars? Like, what do you actually do, sir? Like, what you cut hair? What else do you do if you
I
have
mean,
five?
there's people who have very successful barbershops and beauty shop. I don't know that that's him. Those 5 cards could be some paid off type, I mean, I don't know if he has car notes or not. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like 5 cars to me is not impressive. If he owns a home, okay, very nice for a man, a man his age. But as far as, you know what I mean? Like you guys listen to me. I'm not a pocket watcher, but that being said, a single guy, no kids, 5 vehicles and a home, good for him. Very good. You know what I mean? How he's acquiring it, like I said, make sure your money's clean. Dirty money will get you put right next to your daddy.
And it's odd too that he kept the truck. Like, why did you? But like, why did you just let the truck go back? Like, you have all these cars. Why are you keeping the truck? And that's money
Because
you
it's
could.
not on his credit. Well, why didn't he let the car go back? Like Nesto said, make sure that that car note is paid. Dion never said the car note's paid. I don't know that Shirley's paying the car note. That car could be in repo. They might not. That car is like from the mid 2000s, mid early 2000s. We don't even know if there's tracking on that. So they could be looking for that car. They may just not know who has it. And knowing what we know about what they were doing with vehicles, I mean, I don't know this for facts, so I'm not saying that they've done this, but VINs could have been like they were doing all kinds of stuff. We don't know what the registration or anything looks like on these vehicles. Like just so get
Right.
outside of the realm of your nicely registered, everything is coordinated vehicle sitting in your driveway. This could be a whole different scenario of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? These people had experience with moving stolen cars from California to here to there. We don't know anything about that vehicle. We just know that it exists.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for letting me on the panel. And
Absolutely.
I enjoyed.
Because look at it this way too. One last thing. If Dion took that car in for warranty work, why wouldn't they put the vehicle? Because the first thing they do when you go to the dealership, they put your VIN number in. They
Mhm.
scan your door or they put the VIN number in. If this was warranty work, why did they not see it was warranty work?
Unless he's using a janky mechanic.
He's at the dealership.
Yeah, it doesn't make
The
sense.
VINs probably don't match. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I know that whenever I go to the dealership on some warranty, they will scan your barcode, they will get your VIN number, and they can tell everything about your car from birth to the minute that you pull into that dealership. If he's supposed to be there for warranty work, unless Nesto's lying per usual, it's not warranty work or the warranty is not being recognized because the VIN might be different. These people have been involved in some shit for a long time. Those VINs might not even match.
Yeah, and I've never heard Ernesto say anything about a job like he's had to work from other than
No.
employment. Other than that, but I've never heard that he has had any kind of job or stability. It was his haircut business, and I don't
Well,
even know.
he's been a felon since he turned an adult. So the difficulty in finding a job with a felony background is real.
And it's
So
amazing
he's
that
always had to be kind of like self-employed, I would imagine.
and he's living a certain lifestyle. He's just a womanizer. Like he took advantage. He just took advantage of the women, and I,
Absolutely.
you don't want to blame the victim in it, it just it's all of it is it's really just a kind of mess. But thank you for having me on.
Okay, you're welcome. Take care, sis. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye-bye. LaShonda. Oh, I'm sorry, LaSanders. Hey, hey, sis. How are you?
Hey,
I
hey,
I
good
looked
morning,
and I just
Bougie.
my good morning, good morning, and look at your twist out. How pretty.
Thank you very much. Hey,
Good
good
morning.
morning,
How's it
Bougie
going?
gang. I'm good. I'm wired. I'm just leaving work. I work
Yes.
in the NICU at
Oh,
night,
nice,
so
nice.
I'm actually on my way home. And you get me through my night. You know, Nyla gets me through my
Oh,
night. I was
yes.
listening to
She's
Pam last
awesome.
night. V
Yes.
Lenore, you all like all the gang gets me through my nights when I'm working night
Oh,
shift, so I can stay up. And I'm wired now, so I said I have to call. The reason why I'm calling is I wanted to talk about Dre.
okay.
Yesterday, I listened to your conversation. I felt like you were talking to me, and you were talking about Dre, and I had never saw Dre through that lens of how he's not being truthful with his supposed good friend of 30 something years.
Mm-hmm.
He's listening to the YouTube streets. He's in the streets. He's following everybody, and he knows all the tea, and he thinks it's funny. And I never really
It's
thought about
funny.
it. Like, he's laughing in his face.
He's laughing in his
And
face.
so, yes. So when I listened to his call last night, I was listening to it through the lens of Bougie Gang. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this just seems so different to me now. And I'm just amazed. And I'm like, okay, who is Dre? I mean, to me, he seems like a people pleaser. I think that because, he did make some mistakes in his past, he's trying to, he tried to correct them. He's living a different life now. I just think that he's trying to appease people on the outside because I think he knows that his friend Nesto is not getting out. So his loyalty to him is waning, and he does not see the friendship as being something that should be preserved in the light of goodness. So he's just basically using him and enjoying the limelight while he has it. And at the same time, he's in these streets. He's probably getting, calls from different women. Not to say that he's, looking into it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I think he's enjoying it. And I also think that Dre is just a people pleaser and
It's a
he's
little bit of
pleasing the
something to talk
streets.
about. It's some tea.
I
It's
agree.
something to talk
Hmm.
about with his lady friends and etc. But he doesn't like it. He doesn't seem to like it very much, but he loves the dishing on Nesto. Do you think what do you think Dre is coming out of his pocket with any coin for his homeboy, his friend of 30 some
No,
years, his best man?
no,
Why?
no. Because I don't think he thinks he's innocent. And I don't think he's going to throw his money away. He's a hardworking man, it seems like. He's
Mhm.
always on the road, he's always in his car driving. I don't think he sees Ernesto as an investment that's worthy to reap his harvest on. I
Mhm.
think he would just be throwing his money away. And who wants to do that?
I that amount of money, Nesto's prospects are very slim. His network is fractured. He's not going to be able to be quick to get people to invest in him moving forward. So the likelihood of him being able to scramble $100,000 is going, and not to mention also some of these men, their cons revolve around sex and
Mhm.
looks. Nesto has old clothes, if he even has clothes. He doesn't have any vehicles to drive. Sir has been sitting with that thing out of commission for 2 years. He can't come lay
Mhm.
that pipe like he used to with that liquid V and them sex toys and all of those things to be able to get the ladies going in the way that he was used to making things happen. So I don't see him earning money back to pay anybody back
No.
Somewhere between $100 and $200,000. It's just not happening. Nobody has that in their 50s and 60s. Nobody wants to say, I don't care if you are a rich person, nobody is getting that kind of money easily. I don't care
No.
if you know Kris Jenner. If you knocked on her door and asked her for $200,000, she would want to know why. And when am I getting it back? Is this a loan? Is this whatever? People with money have money for a reason. And
True.
money like that, when it's 5 and 6 figures, I don't care how much money you have, people want to understand what you need it for. A couple of $1,000 to a
I
rich
agree.
person is not a big deal. That's like you or I giving up a couple of $100. But at the end of the day,
Hmm.
the type of money he needs to get out of jail, on top of the fact it still won't be enough, is a problem. So, but yeah, Dre is not a all-star friend to me. Dre wouldn't be my friend, but Nesto deserves a friend like Dre because Nesto is that type of man. So Nesto and Dre are well aligned because Nesto's that type of dude. I don't know how many people that Nesto has helped. He claims to have helped a lot of people. But we don't know that that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I honestly never took a side with Dre. I was never Team Dre or I hate Dre or not hate Dre. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't think anyone hates him, but just not on his side. I just was kind of non-impartial with him.
Right.
I just was
Mhm.
like analyze. I was trying to analyze
Just
who is this
observing.
person. Yeah, observing, and I'm still observing, but in a sense, I'm observing with a different lens
Mhm.
based on your commentary, and I'm just trying to identify, like, I think everyone has a different motive, and I don't know what his motive is for staying in this friendship. Because honestly, after I saw the warrants, I would have backed out in a sense of understanding I can't keep in contact with this person because I may not know them the way that I thought I did. And so I need to look at myself first if I want to continue in this friendship. And I think that's where my line would have been drawn. Forget 30
Mhm.
years. 30 years is not worth, the rest of my life not actually being productive. So, I mean, that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm like analyzing it, trying to understand who these people are. But I mean, that's just kind of like my thoughts on it, and
Okay.
I appreciate you letting me speak. Um,
Absolutely.
and I hope you guys have a great day, Bougie Gang.
Thank you so much, sis. Have a good, restful morning. Get some sleep. And
Thank
we
you.
love nurses. My mother was a registered nurse. And we love, love, love the nurses and all of the good work that you do over there in that NICU for all the little babies that
Yay.
need all the extra TLC to get home to their families.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. Take
All
care,
right.
sis. Okay, bye bye. Guys, so much going on. Look, Dre is not a good friend. Is Dre a horrible person? I don't know. I don't know Dre from a can of paint. Dre is Dre, but Dre to me is a horrible friend, and I'm going to give you a reason why. Not because he's not separating with his money. It should be perfectly okay to not separate with your money for a friend. And a friend who knows how hard you work to support yourself and your family should not feel any type of way about that. Dre is a bad friend because Dre is over here heavily embedded into the YouTube streets and laughs and kikis, thinks it's funny, and tells his friend who is already riddled with stress and anxiety all about it. So he's no better than that weirdo chick named Ponytail. Okay. That's why Dre to me is a bad friend. Number two, Dre won't tell Nesto the truth. Dre tippy toes around the truth, and lets Nesto kind of steamroll answers that makes Nesto feel good because I think he feels bad that Nesto's going through what he's going through. But as a real friend, you would not let your good friend sit in delusion. Okay. And the last thing is is that as fugazi as Sonia is, he has not dropped the reel on Nesto that this chick is fugazi and all of the shenanigans and foolishness that this chick takes part in on the YouTube streets. Okay. So, number one, he laughs at Nesto. He enjoys the YouTube streets content so much that he's almost becoming content. Um, Number two, he doesn't tell Nesto, um, he doesn't tell him the complete truth, and he doesn't drop the truth on him about Sonia. Sonia is a complete buffoon. Okay. And Nesto has no idea. Oh, and number two really was that he allows Nesto to reside in this space of delusion. Okay. He won't correct him. He actually, the last two calls, Nesto's over here talking about 410K, um, Nala Prasa, Nola Pro, no posse. Can you say that one more time? Can you? I mean, it's like he's setting up the sound bites at this point. With a friend like Dre, aka Andre, you don't need enemies. Okay? You don't need enemies. He's setting Nesto up every which way. Okay? So that's it on that. Guys, I'm gonna let y'all go because I got to get over to Love Lies and Lace Fronts. I'm gonna be over there in a little bit. And Keisha Kaylee, we got a video to look at. Keisha's gonna be in court with Judge Manning next week. Sis got a stalker, according to her. And Judge Manning is going to be reviewing this case on next Friday that I hope we will get to watch on these YouTube streets, okay? But and then I'll be back over here and then we will get back up into Sonia. We'll take a little break so you guys can watch the video from last night, watch this morning. Thank you so much, Call Me Darling. Could it be Dre is just finding out Nesto's crimes and is fascinated as we are? Is he hanging on to keep from judging him? Is he hanging on to keep from judging him? Interesting. Could it be that Dre is just finding out? Well, he's a best friend. He was the best man in his wedding. Why is it that you're just finding out? If you're on the YouTube streets, we've been talking about this since day one. I mean, you guys know if you've been here for any period of time, you can go back all the way to the beginning. I've been pulling documents from Fulton County since day one. We've been talking about the charges since day one. We've been getting deeper understanding from day one. Pam, the law intellect, day one. Nyla, day one. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people, even Sylvia Prayer Warrior, as he called her, right? Sylvia, some of you went to her channel because I told you guys that she was reading the CP charges and she had the documents and read them. And I shared the link. And that's how some of you guys found her channel. Some of you guys came from her channel over here. At the end of the day, Dre has been around long enough to know what's going on, whether he pulled and read anything himself or just sat here and watched and listened to a program on his way to Jacksonville. So that's a lie. That's a lie. I think Dre is messy, and I think he finds a little bit of humor in his friend's demise, which that's some soul searching he has to do for himself. If you find it amusing that someone that you know and that you're friends with is on the decline for whatever reason, that's something that Dre got to look into for himself. That's not really, I just think he's a bad friend. Could it be that Dre is just finding out about Nesto's crimes and is as fascinated as we are? I think he's definitely fascinated, but why? That's your friend. Like finding it juicy that your friend is behind bars and going through this, if you really love and care about him, whether he's guilty or not, the level of engagement as far as quoting the YouTube streets, being on Notification Gang, thinking that it's funny. He can't even say grown woman vibes without being tickled. It's shameful. That would not be my friend, and I stand on that. That would not be my friend. I would that just couldn't be. Not to say you need to be mad and outraged, but even if low key it was a chuckle, I wouldn't be chuckling on these recorded lines because loyalty is everything. And that is a very disloyal and bitch made thing that he's doing by thinking that this shit is funny. Because it's really for a friend or family, it's not, you don't hear Dion laughing. Dion's pissed. Only reason why Dre is pissed is because it affected his putty cat. One of his honeys don't want to talk to him anymore. Okay? That's the only reason why he's mad because it affected his phone numbers. Because remember, he's not in a committed relationship, so he got to go whichever way the wind blows if he wants to get off on, one of his girls. And Nesto messed up someone on the train. So he lost one of his good goods because they're mad because he was running his yapper with Nesto. Thank you for the member milestone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Bella, thank you for supporting. I appreciate that so much. Um, thank you for that question. That was a very good question. Multi-layered, really made me think about that. Is he hanging on to keep from judging him? Is he hanging on as a friend to keep from judging him? So is he turning a blind eye with friendship? I don't think so. I think he is here for the kikis, and whether he is judging him or not, I don't think his friendship is holding him back. The fact that he thinks that the shit is funny, whether he's judging him or not, to me, I'm making a judgment that he's a shitty ass friend. No friend of mine would be my friend laughing at me in my misfortune. You know what I'm saying? Analytical one, thank you so much. Thanks for the early morning tea. I appreciate y'all being here. You guys are amazing. Let me see. And thank you, Shabi, for 4 months supporting. Um, Nesto can be told the same thing in 5 different languages. He refuses to accept his just due. He won't cop to shit. He just won't. He won't. Thank you so much for supporting. Appreciate you. Okay, guys, this was fun. I appreciate the call in. You guys are amazing. If you have not yet, please go ahead, hit the like button for me. Again, it's a free way to support the channel and it does make a difference. If you want to make a difference for me, hit the like button. And as you exit, I appreciate it. None of these people are worth the shit they break the toilets with. Oops. Ooh, oops. 504 is so funny and cute all at the same time. I'm catching the playback. Nesto doesn't listen to anyone who is not saying what he wants to hear. I'm a innocent man. He has convinced himself he is innocent. Nesto laughed at his wife. I don't blame Dre for laughing at anything. I don't either. Like, I'm not mad at Dre. I'm just saying what I think Dre is, and Dre is not a good friend. Does Nesto deserve a good friend at this point? Probably not. Nesto gets what Nesto gets. You reap what you sow. And Nesto has been out here sowing enough bad to get him in the county in some nonsense. Nesto, look, Nesto has to understand that just because he's sitting up here thinking that these CP charges were an act of God, that if in fact CP was found in his computer, there is no way that any forces of good in this world were making a way out of no way for him to see the light of day and step into a vehicle. Okay, there's just no way. If in fact the CP is CP, you think that's why that shit came right back. Something was said and it was reversed immediately. We all, I mean, sitting there, we already knew. Everybody already knew. I'm sorry. I never was convinced that that CP would go away. I was shocked when they said they were dismissing it in all pros. Then 2 weeks later, when she said, "Oh, we'll bring it back on an indictment," I was like, "Oh shit, wow, that was quick." Nesto has this belief between Sonia the unbeliever or non-believer and the blogger that he's befriended. He thinks that God is between Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy, and it doesn't work like that. It's the test between the testimony. And at the end of the day, the test was, what are you going to do with this dismissal? And he was right up to the shits again. And you know what? It came right back. So you can think what you want to see, and you can see what you want to see, and you can interpret how you want to interpret. We heard what we heard, we saw what we saw, and we see what we see. And it's the test for the testimony. And the test was, what are you going to do? And what you did was the same foolishness and fuckery. And a way out of no way, that shit came right on back. Play out here if you want to. And that's just, these people are out here playing with a whole bunch of stuff they should not be playing with. And this man's freedom is at stake. And he's got a whole bunch of no good, nothing ass people in his corner. But guess what? When you're a no good, nothing ass individual, it's going to be six of one and half a dozen of another. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go and we're going to resume this conversation. I would say like around 1 because it's already getting late. It's almost 10 o'clock, y'all. So let me go. I got some other business to handle and I'll be back around, let's say 1-ish. And then we'll get up into Sonia and finish that up because sis is awful. Sis, I think, has ran out of any little tidbit of legal knowledge that this woman thought she had. Is nullified. It's ridiculous. It's redamn ridiculous. And Sonia showed her whole entire hand at the fact that Sonia is not even paying attention to this case. Sonia says that she spent however many years as a paralegal with no license, fresh out the women's penitentiary in Ohio. Okay. I don't know. Maybe there are paralegals out here with felonies. I do not know. You guys could tell me better. But at the end of the day, when she told Nesto the reason why his dismissal hadn't been filed, she got the information from Sylvia and not his attorney, not the system, not that she took her narrow behind downtown to find out for herself, not that she looked up in the system, that she got that news from the blogger who is telling her that all of the other order for bonds had been posted within 24 to 48 hours, that there is some sort of delay, some sort of clerical delay. I'm sorry. I request documents all the time. Everything comes in less than 24 hours. And I don't go down to, I'm not in Atlanta, so I can't go pick anything up, but I get right on the e-certify system and I request and stuff comes back in 24 hours. 24 hours. Certified copies from the clerk with the system down. If I were to request something right now, it'll be back like in a couple of hours. They're fast. So I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. When I heard that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Why is Nesto taking advice from Sonia, who got it from the blogger? Meanwhile, you have access to a lawyer. You got access to an investigator. You couldn't ask them what the hell happened. I would want to know from Hannah, why are we just now finding out about this? Was there any way that we could have been checking on this? Because I'm trying to get my bonds together. Can you tell me what I'm actually going to need from my people to get outside this facility. And I don't understand why Sonia, this is the same damn bond. This is the same bond that was $800,000 as the $700,000. Like, come on. This man, he is fucked. When Nesto says he's fucked, he's right. Because his team sucks. Nobody wants to tell him the truth. Nobody wants to do 1 and 1 equals 2. And everybody is tippy-toeing around Sonia for no good reason. It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Dre, Dre can keep doing whatever he's doing. Ain't nobody mad at Dre. Ain't nobody, if people don't like Dre, that's y'all's business. I don't have any feelings towards that man at all. I'm just calling him out as not being the friend that he thinks that he is, because no friend would be laughing, snickering, and thinking that the shit is funny, especially in a situation like this. Like, jail is not a joke. No, you know what I mean? I'm all for the kikis, right? The shit is, something funny is funny, right? Someone sitting in jail and compromising their health and all of those things is not funny. And the fact that Dre is notification gang on the YouTube streets, and then not to mention Sonia, I wanted in fucking Fulton County at that hearing. Oh, that bougie. No, that was on Zoom, sis. That was on Zoom. You so worried about what I'm doing. Let me find out. You don't need to be like trying to put me somewhere I wasn't even at. I was online. I was online with the Rule 22 boo-boo. Okay. Oh, that bougie chick went. Sis, mind your business. Okay. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Okay. You worry about what you're doing, which was not supporting your man. We were watching. You were sleeping or maybe out on a date. I don't know. I don't know what you were doing. But Nesto needs to read the room. Sis is absolutely no longer interested in what he's got going on. Sis is checked out. She's absolutely checked out. Even when she was checked in, it was bad. But at the end of the day, sis is completely checked out. We're going to talk about it in a few hours. So I will set up the live and I'll see you guys a little bit later and we'll get into it. I'll see you guys then. Okay, guys, have a wonderful morning, what's left of it. And we'll talk about Sonia when we come back. Okay. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
But me, I just dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. I'm telling folks, man, I ain't dead, man, with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto? What's your name, Nesto? You know what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back. Remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Yeah, you said what? And I said they call you Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So yeah. They don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407 at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or something.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or something. I ain't do.
You know what?